Hey, what's up, guys? Getting on here tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the great Dr. Pepper scandal of 2024 that's rocked our community. Before I start, I want to understand. I do understand the time we live in. I understand everything that's going on within society, and I understand the need to protect our children, protect the school systems, and I understand doing everything possible to keep everyone safe inside this public school system. With that being said, I don't think it really pertains to this conversation for the simple fact that I've spoken with the family and I've spoken with many people. And from what I'm getting and what everyone else is getting, is there was. Let me start with telling you about the scandal, okay? There was a kid. He comes home, he's home, and he's doing a little artwork, and he makes a bunch of Dr. Pepper cans look like an AK 47. Okay? So he's proud of it. He takes a picture of it. He posts it on social media. Well, the school district calls. They said he needs to calls his parents and says they need to turn him into the school district at once. He ended up, there was an investigation done. They reprimanded him, I think suspended him for like 3 days. Anyway, this kid got in trouble for doing artwork at his house. To me, that is it's blatant government overreach is what it is. And I think this is a symptom of a bigger sickness in America, and this is a very good example, should I say, of what's going on within our school systems and inside the family dynamic of the house. Where the problem arises is the school systems, our government, need to understand they do not own our children. We do not export the parenting of our children to these school systems, the government, the district. Our children are ours. They are our flesh and blood. We instill in them the morals that we want them to carry for the rest of their life. We instill in them and the values we want them to carry with them the rest of their life. And we show them hobbies that we enjoy in hopes they will enjoy them also. Being in rural conservative Missouri, a lot of that is going to be hunting, fishing, outdoors, anything to do with weapons, fishing poles, and hunting. And I mean, that's how it is around here. It's a culture. So yes, we have a lot of children that know how to handle guns. They know how to hunt. They know how to do it respectfully and appropriately and safely. And that's a main thing. Where the problem lies is this child who was reprimanded for an art project was inside his own house under closed door with his family. He did an art project that he thought was cool. He posted it for his friends to see. And then he is now getting in trouble at school because he made these useless objects look like something scary. That's all it is. Guys, if we're going by that logic, I can put two of them together like this, and it apparently looks scary, and they're going to have to do something about it. I mean, that's what it is. We live in America. In America, we pride ourselves off when we're looking at issues and stuff to go off logic, sound reasoning, and not go off half-cocked on an emotional stance to something so serious like this. The problem is, and this is my biggest question, is did the school have the authority and the right to punish this kid for what he did inside of his own house? I say no. I say, like I said, they think we're exporting parenting, that the school system is the parent now. And that is not the case. They own our kid from 8 a.m. until 3:30, whatever time they get out of school. Okay, they have to follow their rules. But outside of that time, what they do does not matter. As long as it doesn't affect the school, if it's not a threat, which it wasn't from all sources I've gotten, then the school needs to mind their own damn business and leave the families alone. If this is the precedent that Mountain View Birch Tree wants to set, okay, I accept it. Then Mountain View Birch Tree, you better go and do a purge on every administrator, every faculty member, every person that works at the school. And if there is a picture of them hunting with a weapon, if there are pictures of them shooting a weapon, then they better be reprimanded 10 times more harsh than what this child was reprimanded, because his was made out of cans and it wasn't functioning. It was a piece of art that was there to look at. Okay, it had no function system with it. So if this is the standard we are going to hold to a child, then we better hold the rest of the staff, the faculty, and everyone involved in the school district to this exact same standard. Now we're getting a little uncomfortable, aren't we? Because we see how slippery of a slope it becomes when doing something like this. I want to make it very clear, guys. Our kids are our kids. They are our flesh and blood. We have the responsibility to raise them, not the school system. We are allowed to teach our children the values that we want to teach, whether that school system agrees with it or not, whether their political ideology aligns with your values and your morals. It does not matter. A school system is there to educate your child, send them home to you, and you do the parenting. But that has become lost in today's society. The school has overreached. They have overstepped. They think that they have more rights over our children than we do as the parents. Plain and simple, that's what this is telling me. That's what this is telling you. They are saying, you don't do what we like as a parent, so we're going to take it over, and we're going to punish your child for things that they do at your house because apparently you're an unfit parent. And that is what it's saying. That is what the administration is telling parents of Mountain View Birch Tree School as of right now. Now, I want to read this letter. It was posted yesterday, I think, by Liberty High School. Dear Mountain View Birch Tree family, staff, and community, I want to take a moment to address a recent story aired by KY3 that has sparked conversations within our community. While I cannot discuss the specifics of the student matter, I feel it's crucial to express our unwavering commitment to protecting the privacy and well-being of every single student in the Mountain View Birch Tree School District. Well, I'm going to stop right there. If they are committed, if they have an unwavering commitment to protect the privacy and well-being of every single student in the Mountain View Birch Tree School District, then I would advise them to maybe not pick on a kid for making an art project at his house when it had nothing to do with the school. As your superintendent and a member of this community, I truly care about each of our students. My priority is to create an environment where they feel safe, supported, and valued, not just academically, but physically, socially, and emotionally. How do you think this kid's feeling right now? I bet emotionally they don't feel protected, that they showed a little creativity on something they probably have a passion for, which is hunting with their father or shooting guns even. So he probably has a passion for that stuff and was expressing that. But now he doesn't feel valued or protected. Confidentiality laws are in place to ensure that our students' rights are upheld, and we must adhere to these laws even when it's challenging. Okay, did we adhere to the laws, or did we have an overreach of our government by stepping into the family home and deciding to punish a child for what has been done outside of school time and nothing to do with school? I understand that when stories emerge in the media, here we go, we're going to start blaming the media. It can lead to questions and concerns. Unfortunately, the complexities of these situations are not always fully represented. In this recent case, KY3 did not fully represent the complexities of this situation. How are they going to fully represent the complexities of this situation? They went and interviewed the mother. She told what happened. Plain and simple, if you want to add to it, you had a chance. Come on out. Tell us what you're saying didn't get told. This is a time for you to come out and tell us the rest of the story if there is more to the story. To me, it sounds like it's moving the goalpost a little bit, because I have a statement from them 6 days ago about an investigation. But we're going to continue here. They inserted a Facebook message from Mountain View Birch Tree's Facebook page that had absolutely nothing to do with the incident they were reporting on. They did not include the full statement that I provided to them. I declined an interview with them due to the sensitive nature of the situation, which we could not fully disclose. So you're mad that they didn't get the full story, but you declined to do an interview to give them the full story. Do you see where this kind of gets messy? Disciplinary incidents involve an investigation, and one like this includes not only reviewing the immediate circumstances of who the photo was sent to and why. So right here, they're trying to say that the photo was sent to people when all the sources, including the family, have said that it was posted on a social media site. But also past incidences involving a student and the interaction with those same peers in the past. What appears as a simplified soundbite or snapshot completely fails to capture these details. As a community leader, now remember, your superintendent, she's a community leader now. I am deeply concerned. If she's going to be a leader, she needs to be a leader. Be transparent. Come out. Tell the people. If there's more to the story, you don't have to give specifics, but come out and say, guys, there's more to the story, which obviously there's not, because she had the chance for the interview. She didn't do it. She's had a chance to bring light to more information, which she hasn't. And like I said, I've spoken with the families. I know the story. And there was no more to the story from what I'm understanding. As a community leader, I am deeply concerned when media coverage becomes part of the problem rather than part of the solution. Part of the problem because they told part of the story that you didn't want told, or it made your district look bad. That's what media does. They're going to talk to the ones who talk to them. Whenever someone shuts them out, it's not that they're not wanting to tell the other side of the story. It's because they're being met with a brick wall and they can't tell any story but the one they got. Responsible reporting is essential in ensuring that our community stays informed and united. It is not the job of a reporter to keep people united. It's the job of a reporter to give them information. See how this is kind of moving the goalposts and trying to pull on the emotional heartstrings of the people right now. When sensationalized stories emerge, they can create confusion and mistrust, detracting from our collective efforts to support our students and families. Now we're a group, okay? We're collectively supporting our students and our families, except for the one who did something in his own house that had nothing to do with the school. Okay, so we're just leaving them on an island. I want you to know that our district is dedicated to transparency where we can. But we must also prioritize the privacy of students. Together, we can foster a culture of trust, truth, learning, hard work, and joy in our schools. Your support means the world to us as we navigate these situations, and I appreciate your understanding during this time. Thank you for your understanding and ongoing trust in our district. Sincerely, Lana Tharp, the superintendent. Those were good words. They were touching. They make it seem like, they are for the students. They're for the families, which they are, if it aligns with their agenda. My concern is, and I'm going to reiterate this a few more times, is the government overreach from the school into your home. That's what concerns me. It's a slippery slope. And I'm sure this didn't start just last week, okay? I'm sure we can go back years and we can find instances of small little overreaches from our government that the school maybe did something that, maybe that was the parents' job, but okay, we'll allow it. Maybe this kid shouldn't have gotten in trouble in this way because it really wasn't inside the school and had nothing to do with the school, but we're not going to fight it. We understand the school system's trying to do what's best. And then they keep moving the goalposts. You give a government an inch and they take a mile. The government love power. They love control because when they control and when they have the power, they are able to affect their agenda onto the populace. Now, as parents, what can we do to make sure this gross overreach never happens again? One, we need to hear from the school board. They need to come out with a statement and tell us what they think and tell us if this is being looked into. Two, parents need to show up to the school board meetings and they need to voice their concerns and their opinions, and they need to ask them the hard questions and make them answer the hard questions. Don't let them dance around. Ask them and then demand an answer. 4, if there is no more to the story than what we've been told, and I have done my due diligence, and I cannot find anything other than what I've been given, and by what I've been given, it is a gross overreach. Had nothing to do with the school, had nothing to do with the student, had nothing to do with anything. It was simply a picture of Dr. Pepper cans taken, posted on a social media platform. The school didn't like it because they look scary, guys. We need to hold our government accountable. For some reason, small towns are the worst. We do not accept laying down and getting ruled over. We have our God-given rights as Americans. You have God-given rights as a parent. And your student and your kids, students of these districts, they do not deserve to fear what they do in their own house and have repercussions of it when they go back to school because it was something the school didn't agree with. We're going to have to do our part, guys. We're going to have to do the hard things. Let me know what you think. And we need to stop this. And we need to get this off the kid's record because he's got cyberbullying on his record, which means that's going to affect him getting into a good college, a trade school. They'll look at that and they'll, whoa, what kind of kid was that? When in actuality, it was just something blown out of proportion that the administration decided to double down on when sending this letter out yesterday. This was nothing more than doubling down, but moving the goalposts to tug at the emotional strings on you, the parents, to make them understand. Instead of them admitting fault and saying, maybe we messed up, maybe we overreacted, we're going to review it, we're going to say we're sorry, and we're going to take it off the kid's record. Boom. That's all. If they would have done that, everyone would have been happy. We don't expect our government to be perfect. We hold them to the standard of perfection, but we know they will fail. It's how they act in failure. Do they double down or do they admit their mistakes? And unfortunately, guys, we saw what Liberty High School does when it makes a mistake. It doubles down. Cheers, guys.